All right, so this in total is the part related to the selection of the parameters. So I'll use click and drag to select all of this and make it a group. And for the name itself, let's go with element parameter selection for demonstration in the chart. And now we need to select the legend itself. First, I'll change the color of the group to blue, then Control C and Control V, basically using the same exact script. Then after that, I'll rename the new group, the blue one, element selection for distribution and demonstration in the chart. All right, and it's the same as the legend. But in here, we don't have select model elements anymore. Instead of that, we're going to use the singular select model element. Because we only have one legend, it's this one. So I'll press select and then select the legend. And let me just bring this over here. Then I'll grab from the element, connect it to here, and then to the item over here on the right. Now we don't need the select model element itself, so delete that, bring this here, then select it and add it to the group. And I can also change the coloring of this to, let's say, this. Then run, and there we go. It placed them here but repeated the same structure. Now in the next part, we want to tell it to make changes based on the types that we have in the project. So I'll go over here in the first step of the scripts and open up the get parameter name package. All right, and then let's see where the unique is. Connect the unique item to the element. Then I'll use a string, and now we want to get the type marks. So type that in the string and connect it to the parameter name. Run, and then we get the types 1 through 6. Now we want to sort these out and put them in order that goes 1, 2, and up to 6. Because as you can see here, it doesn't follow a numerical order yet. So I'll add the list.sort package here. Now we're going to tell it to sort these out. And then I'm going to use the list.index of package. There we go. Let's just bring it backwards a bit to create some space here. And then we can connect the list to here and press run. Let's see. All right, so it says 203, and well, let's go over to the list and fix it on level 2 and then put the element on level 1. Run. All right, and then I'll put the lacing on longest, and let's press run once again. All right, so it all seems fine up to this point. But now I'm going to use the get item at index package and make sure to put the lacing on longest for this one as well. Then connect the index to here, put this on level 1. Then the list, we'll put it on level 2. And then this one goes to the unique here. All right, it all seems fine. So let's press run to see what it turns out like. All right, so we get the families here, and I can also make a group for these scripts. And well, let's name the group itself getting the available types. And well, we'll go with color, let's say red. And then we can also bring this forward, the group, to have it available. All right, so now I'm gonna use the element set parameter by name package and then get the element from here. The flatten will connect it to that. Then I'll add a string, and we can also get the input for the value from up here. All right, let's just select it and bring it a bit forward. And well, Now we have the issue of the parameter that we're going to use. So connect the string to it. Now, whichever one of these items you select, you can see the component type parameter under the identity data. This is what changes the type. So we're going to type in the name of the parameter in the string. All right. Then after that, I'll press run. Let's test it out to see what we can get. And all right, there it is. And now we can see the types have been distributed exactly based on what we have in the project. Now we wanted to type in the parameters here as well. And that's what we're going to do in the next step. But first, let me just rename the group here. And I'll name it type change in the chart. Let's go with the color blue. And then after that, I'll use the get parameter and open up the value by name package. This connects to our element, and then I'll add a string connected to the parameter name, then copy it using Ctrl+C and then paste it twice using Ctrl+V. All right, then Ctrl+L to align these, and then do the same for the strings. Then select these and align them to the left and these ones to the right. Let me just sort it out, and there we go. All right, so now what we're gonna deal with here is the type itself, and that's when we need to type in the string. Although, let me just get a quick check to see if I've added the type as a parameter in the Revit or not. Let me select this, and yes, put in as a model. Then we'll go back to the doors. All right, now we're gonna give the name model to the string. Then for the second string, we're gonna go with width, and then finally for the last one, we'll go with height. Run. And right now it's analyzing and getting them, but the changes haven't been made in effect yet. All right, so we get the results here and here and here. All right, so then I'm going to convert these two into a string. So I'll use the object to string package. Add it here, and then let's get another copy of it, and the objects connect to here. Now this should cause an issue here. As you can see, we have 2100 over here on the left, but it's going to add a couple of decimal places to the string that we'll need to get rid of. So I'll type in split and open up the string.split package. Copy and paste. String goes here, and then this one goes there as well. Then I'll add a string and put in dot in order to separate the numbers before and after the decimal points. All right, then press run, and now it gives us two lists for each number, 700 and then the rest after the decimal point, and then so on and so on. Now we only want the items before the decimal point, so I'll use the list.firstItem package and open it up here. Connect it to here, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, and connect this one as well. And because we also want to see all of them, I'll fix it on level 2. Otherwise, it would have just gotten the first one and left the second and the third and the rest of the widths. Now it gives us all of the item widths and the heights. If we hadn't fixed it on level 2, it would have only given us the first item. Now here where we have the size parameter, we want the width and the height to be shown together. So what I'm going to do here is create a formula for it. Add a code block and type in W plus double quotation mark X, then close the double quotation, plus H. We get the W from the part up here, and then the H from down here. Now I'll hit run, and there it is. 700, 2100, or whatever it is. Now I'll use the list item package. So we have 4 list items here. The first one being the model itself, then the mark, which is listed as T here, and the height and the width as well. Although it adds up the height and the width together, and it gives us 3 items in total. All right, so we get the item O from here. Although let's select this one instead. It's the one that's sorted out. All right, the next one, the item 1, is the model itself that we get from here, and then the last one comes from the code block down here. Now I'll add the transpose here to sort out the rows and the columns as well for each element. Now if we press run, it's not organized yet, it's still messy. All right, as you can see here, the types are separate, but we want to list the type and the model and the rest for a singular door in one part of the list. That's what we can do with the transpose. Now you can see for each door it has its own parameters. Then I'll use the flatten tool, connect the list to here, and then we're going to use the text node dot set text because we want them to replace the text that we already have in the plan. We get the value from here, and then for the text node itself, it's the one that the flatten that gave us the text over here. Yes, this one. It uses the correct order. And now if I press run, it calculates the amounts and writes them in the fields. And there we go. So here we have the type 5, type 4, 3, and the rest. So I'll go up here and close the windows and hit WT to check these out. So here, as we can see, we have the type 1, and in the schedule, it's listed correctly, 700 by 21. As the next example, we can see the type 7, SD 1800 by 2100. And you can see how easily this is done, and the script is now ready to use in whatever project you want. And it does the job quickly